Mindless players who think they're safe just by sitting there. Don't you want to trample them? Hello everyone. This video is about hero positioning and tactics to defeat the A-natural counter to Berserkers. Compared to other weapons, the Bastard Sword is just too strong, so the battlefield is crawling with them. I couldn't find any fun in that weapon, so I decided to use the recently buffed Short Sword and Shield to bring out the full potential of my units. Here we go. I introduced the basic unit information in my previous video, so I'll skip the explanation here. However, I have adjusted some of the doctrines. In the last video, I was asked where to get this specific doctrine, so I'll show you a guaranteed way to obtain it. If you don't own the unit yourself, the following methods are recommended. First, use the mentorship system. You can have someone you know become your mentor and rent their units. Please refer to the screen for the detailed rules. Second, use the clan unit sharing feature. If you join a clan and have a member register the unit you want in the shared pool, any member of the clan can use it. A video I uploaded a while ago confirmed my suspicion. Rather than making polite tutorial videos for casual players, it's more effective to make videos where players who gather information derive pleasure from trampling those who don't. The reason is simple. Casuals will never try to research information on their own, but for some reason, only when they get absolutely destroyed on the battlefield do they suddenly want to copy and use the unit that killed them. By exploiting this trend, we can improve the overall skill of the players. You might wonder if it's okay to reveal the underlying intent like this, but don't worry. Only people who research information for themselves come to watch this channel. So, this time as well, I'm going to introduce techniques to trample those who play without thinking. In my previous video, someone commented that you can easily beat Berserkers with Rat and Pikemen, but I want you to look at this scene. I'm wiping out 3 units of Rat and Pikemen that were positioned above. First, I'll show you 1v1s against units commonly seen on the battlefield, so you can learn which units you can't beat normally. I'm sure some people will complain that I shouldn't drive away new players, but unlike the old days, units are easy to obtain now, so instead of quitting the game, they can just copy that unit and adapt. These 2 units on the screen right now are perfect examples. Win, lose, lose, win. Most of you have probably challenged Simikan stalwarts only to get countered. However, by intervening with your hero, you can change the outcome. Look at this. I couldn't stand a chance until a moment ago, but now I can win like this. For those of you thinking, I already know about hero intervention, actually, that alone isn't enough to win. What you need in addition to hero intervention is the new gear set. I want to get into the details of that. People using light or medium armor have no choice but to wait behind their units, but heavy armor players can win by using a specific armor set. It's this equipment set right here. Since it was added last season, you'll have to craft it multiple times to get the leadership stats right, but the set effects are fantastic. It grants a block break effect and applies a burning debuff. Next, look at the short sword skill details. With 3 skills, you can trigger these 2 effects simultaneously. Even when acting alone as a hero, you can apply burning while breaking the blocks of shield units. The effect looks like this. I mentioned that the new gear set is mandatory for hero intervention, but is there anyone who can properly explain why? You probably understand that applying block break saves the trouble of having your unit break the shields, but there's another important factor. It's the effect of extending the defenseless state. When you use a knock-up skill like this, the opponent becomes unable to defend or attack, creating a perfect opening. Usually, they would get up and reform their line, but if the burning debuff is active, they enter a defenseless state again upon trying to stand up. This effectively extends the duration they are vulnerable. Of course, this also triggers with dismount Q skills. And as you can see in the video, I'm taking them down while more than half of my unit is still alive. What I'm trying to say is, to all the short sword users who just watch from the back or run away when they see Simikan stalwarts, you're throwing away opportunities to get kills. I expect some people will argue that this is pointless because of crowd control, so let me shut that down right now. Even if they are in a CC immune state, the burning debuff can forcibly put them into a defenseless state. Therefore, if you pull your unit back during this window, you can avoid a total wipe. By the way, you can even stop cavalry. This is definitely strong. However, it has no effect on units that have burning resistance. Finally, I'll end by showing what happened to the modal. I tested the usability this time. Conclusion: you can beat the meta by utilizing hero control. It's situational, but I think it's extremely practical for real combat.